You know, my friends, it is absolutely crazy. The it, of course, being me. And here's the thing, you know, one day I will be wearing an extreme sort of niche kind of fragrance. And then the next day, I'm quite happy to wear a 99 pence Poundland fragrance. Honestly, I have the two extremes in my collection and all of the different ones in between. I am not, my friends, I'm not a fragrance snob. I will wear expensive ones, I will wear dirty, cheap ones, and I'll wear all the ones in the middle. I am spraying fragrances 25/8. Seriously, the little trigger finger never ever stops working. Okay, and I live my whole life. Every day, wherever I am, I'll live my whole life in this sort of scent bubble. Sounds good, doesn't it? Okay, that's the idea. Now, honestly, my friends, I have a massive collection. And on this channel, my aim is to share every one of these fragrances with you, from the sort of silly money ones to the dirty, cheap ones. I will share them all with you. Please, 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 I am no expert at all. Okay, and these reviews are not based on knowledge. If you want sort of detailed, sort of very knowledgeable, sort of technical reviews, you're in the wrong place. If you want sort of light-hearted, if you want kind of fun reviews, if you want someone who will tell you roughly how it's going to smell and roughly how it's going to last without going into every last little note, that's me. You're in the right place. Honestly, they're not based on knowledge, these reviews. They are based on one thing. They are based entirely on passion. Okay, and I hope you feel that passion, and I hope that passion motivates you to get your sort of little spray finger going all the time. Okay, if you're happy with that, please stick around. Okay, now you know the way I sometimes tell a bit of a story on this one. I've got a story to tell you, because this fragrance, there is a story to tell. Just a minute, slurpy time. Stay hydrated as well as spraying. Okay. So I was at work the other day and I heard this leggy. Okay, now my bosso man. Okay, picture the scene. So you've probably watched Spider-Man. You know the boss of the newspaper place who will go, Parker! Okay, and he hasn't got anything. He's no patience or anything like that. And I heard this leggy. Okay, so I was like, okay. So I dashed into my bosso's office thinking, oh, maybe we've got a customer complaint, or maybe he wants to discuss the jobs that are in that week. Sorry, I work at a motor garage, a dealership, yeah. And I thought maybe he wanted to discuss the obsolete stock or stock taking that's coming up soon. No, I went into his office to see what on earth he was bellowing my name for. And on his screen, he had a page full of Lattafa fragrances. Okay, here we go. So I thought we were going to discuss something important, and we weren't. We were going to discuss something even more important than work. Anyway, so he's got this page of Lattafas, and he's got the HAYAATIs, okay? He's got all the different HAYAATIs on screen. And he says, okay, Leggy, he says, I've worked it out. The pink one is a female fragrance. The white one, he says, I'm not too sure. I think it's some HAYAATI Gold or something like that. He said, I'm not too sure about that one. He says, and we've both got this HAYAATI Al Malika, which is an awesome sort of copy, if you like, of Phantom, Paco Rabanne's Phantom. Okay, he says, but what about this one? And he pointed to this one. He says, what about this black one, just the HAYAATI? He says, I fancy that. And he'd already got it in his checkout, just about to buy it. And I'm like, okay, I've got to say something here. Okay, let me give you another story. And you're going to go, Leggy, mate, a story inside a story. Yes. Okay, so around about 6 months ago, my bosso bought this black one, this HAYAATI, okay, and it came through the post. He always has it delivered to work. Well, so do I as well. Okay, so he opened it, he sprayed it, he went, oh, that's quite nice, Leggy. He handed it to me, I sprayed it, I went, yeah, that is nice, isn't it? Okay. He says, I tell you what, Leggy, you can borrow it for a bit, you do a review and then I'll have it back. That was 6 months ago. So when he got this screen up and he was looking at this one, he got it in his checkout, I was like, okay, bosso, I've got to tell you, mate, you've got that one. And he went, got it? He says, where is it, Leggy? And I said, I've got it. And he went, oh yeah, you borrowed that. Anyway, I've got to review this quick. I've got to get it back on his desk for tomorrow morning, because he'll tell you what, he is going to discipline me. No, he won't. Actually, he's a really nice guy. And I've said to him all along, couple of little tweaks in your life and you could be a really nice guy. So here we go. This is a review of Lattafa's HAYAATI. It's the black one. Black bottle, clear glass bottle with black on it. So the blue one is stunning, okay? £18 gets you a stunning, long-lasting, good projecting clone of Phantom. I have no idea about the white one, the gold one. I think it's called Gold Elixir HAYAATI. And the pink one is called something Florence. That's clearly a female fragrance. So I don't have any idea what those are about. But let me tell you about HAYAATI, the original HAYAATI black bottle. Now, the reason why I have actually had it for 6 months and not reviewed it, or even taken it back to my bosso because it's his, the reason is this, my friends. When I first smelt it, I was like, I'm getting like a 1 million sort of vibe. And I put it on my shelf with a few fragrances which I'm sort of testing, trying and whatever. And over the last 6 months, I've worn it on and off. And you know what? It's grown on me. Because I thought it just smelt 1 million. And I thought, you know what, I've got, where is it? It's here somewhere, it's only a diddy one. Okay, I've got 1 million, and I've rocked 1 million in the past, and I wouldn't buy a bottle now because the performance is pretty lousy. But I know 1 million inside out, okay? I've sort of been there, done it, got the t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and when I smelt it, and I was like, it's just another 1 million kind of clone. I was like a little bit, doesn't really totally inspire me, and it sat on the shelf for 6 months. Anyway, we've got to be quick on this one. Bosso wants this back on his desk tomorrow, otherwise I'm fired! No, here we go. So this one, okay. The big player in this one is cinnamon, which, to be fair, is also in 1 million. Okay, the big player. How would I describe 1 million? I'd probably call it a cinnamon bomb. Yes, there's some rose and there's some leather and there's some amber and there's some gorgeous blood red orange, all that lot in there. But one of the massive players in 1 million is cinnamon, and the big player in HAYAATI is cinnamon. Now, if you do not like cinnamon in a fragrance, you will not like this. If you like cinnamon, because it's that sweet, almost slightly borderline chocolatey sort of fragrance, that is what this is. Now, I checked on the Lattafa website. Yes, I got a little bit technical, because over the top of the cinnamon, I could smell fruit, and I became convinced that it was either orange or grapefruit. But on the Lattafa website, it says it's apple and bergamot. Okay, I would not have got the apple and the bergamot. To me, it just smells sort of very sweet, sort of almost bubblegum fruit. If they say it's apple and bergamot, it's apple and bergamot. But honestly, it's just like a nice, gorgeous, very sweet, bubblegummy sort of fruit over the top of a lot of cinnamon. And then there's like like an ambery sort of base. There's some musk and there's some nice, creamy, smooth vanilla. In actual fact, I'm going to say to you that this is not the most amazing fragrance. It will not blow your pants off, but it is an absolutely solid, everyday kind of fragrance. Now, my first impression that it was like 1 million is still there, okay? Honestly, if you're familiar with 1 million, the moment you smell this one, you're going to go, yeah, definitely get the 1 million. But, my friends, there's more than just 1 million in there. There is also, our professional is over here, I've got to come get it. You've also got, if you like, a little blow of Invictus. So, if you were to combine the original 1 million from back in the day, the EDT, and if you were to combine the original, desperately trying to focus it, Invictus, the EDT, combine those two, you would come up with this. Okay, so if you like Invictus or if you like Paco Rabanne 1 million, 100% you're going to like this, because you're going to pick up on that DNA. Okay, who could wear this fragrance? Honestly, from teenager upwards. It's kind of absolutely ageless. And where could you wear it? This is a solid everyday fragrance. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, whoever you're going to be with, this will work, okay? I cannot see a situation or even a season where you couldn't wear this. This is an all season round. There is a little bit of freshness to it, but essentially you're going to get that nice sort of chocolatey cinnamon, and you're going to get the woody, the musky, the vanilla. Okay, it is a very, very, very easy wear. Now this 100ml cost my bosso, I think it was about £18. And you're going to say, Leggy, what about the performance? The performance, I'm going to say, is excellent on this one. Now, it's had plenty of time to macerate on my shelf over there. Okay, it does know I've got it, so I'm going to be quiet. But honestly, trust me, maceration is a thing, especially with the budget fragrances. Spray, 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 spray when you first got it, 15, 20 sprays, and then ignore it. Honestly, put it to the back of your wardrobe, totally ignore it, come back to it 2 weeks later, and it's a better smell and it's a way better performance. Now this one, for the space of about 2 hours, this, I'm not going to use the word violent projection or anything like that. I'm going to say this one is radiating off you nicely for up to 2 hours. After the 2 hour mark, it radiates just slightly, but essentially you're in a scent bubble. It's quite a small scent bubble, and that lasts for a further 2 hours. On skin, it's there deep into the evening, and on clothes, you will just about detect it on clothes the following day. So I hope that gives you a sort of a pointer and a guidance as to whether you would want to buy this. In terms of value for money, massive tick. 100% tick on this one, because for £18, 100ml, you can wear this every day, all day long. I say there's never a season or a setting that you couldn't wear it. It's a very inoffensive fragrance. So, what am I going to tell you? Yeah, it's well worth buying. And I've got to get this back on his desk for tomorrow morning. That way I may retain my job. Right, I honestly appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience. I really have enjoyed your company, and I would love to see you again. But most importantly, I would like you to stay safe. And secondly, the most important thing, the very most important thing, is that I would like you to grab a fragrance every day and do this. If you're bald, stick it on top. Always, if you're going to spray onto your clothes, never go up close because it looks like your nipple's leaking or something. Haze it onto clothes, almost walk into it sort of thing on clothes. And that way, these gorgeous fragrances that have cost you so little in real terms will stay with you. And you know, if you don't get a compliment, don't worry, it's not the fragrance, perhaps it's the people you're with, perhaps they're a little bit shy to say something. Quite often you can tell that they've just smelt you walking past because their sort of eyes follow you. And it might not be the fragrance, you might be a good looking guy. No, it's going to be the fragrance. So honestly, I'd love to see you again. Take care, keep spraying, and what's the last thing? Oh yeah, goodbye. There is the off button. I got it. Bye bye.